Welcome back to the Learner's Lounge, the podcast where we help high schoolers connect with college alumni and current students from prestigious universities. For today's episode, we have with us an undergraduate at the prestigious Pomona University who was also accepted to other reputed universities like NYU CAS, Boston University, UMass, Amherst, and many more. Could you please briefly introduce yourself, including your name, major, and your education journey?
Sure. Hi, I'm Thira Kothari, and I've just completed my freshman year at Pomona College in California. And I am currently pursuing economics and math. I'm double majoring in both. And yeah, I guess I've always had a passion to be involved in the budgeting of our country and how to reallocate resources. So I guess that just guided me to follow the majors that I'm pursuing right now.
Okay, so as aside from your majors, what made Pomona your best choice?
I would definitely say that it's the ability to build strong connections with the people around me. See, Pomona College is a very small community. I think my grade has about just 400 people. And over the last year, I've gotten to know more than 70% of them. And that's been really impressive because you just don't meet the people who you're studying the same subjects with. You also get to meet people who are studying law or who are studying some sort of STEM major, like physics or chem. So I think getting those perspectives in was really interesting throughout my experience. One thing I'd also add is the small class sizes at liberal arts colleges. They really enhance the experience you have because bigger universities generally you don't get a chance to have one-on-ones with your professor, and they don't really dig deep into your life and ask you questions that really make you introspect. So I guess those small class sizes and the opportunity to connect with professors outside of an academic setting is such a pro of being at Pomona, and really, really pushed me to go for it and be there and find my home there.
Right. So you seem like a person who has a strong sense of community, and that's amazing. So, what extracurriculars did you participate in high school? Was it limited to economics and math, or did you seek something beyond these subjects?
Um, I wanted to seek extracurriculars in every other area, not just econ and math, because I'm more of a holistic development sort of person. So I guess um, I was part of student council, so I definitely enjoyed setting up the student code and being part of school events, organizing alumni meets, farewells, all of that. That was super interesting. And I was also part of a dance club in school, and I was part of an econ club, of course. I did my econ research with one of the professors, Mr. Shomin Sinababu. He's left school now, but he was great. He guided me beautifully through the entire process. And yeah, I guess those were primarily my major extracurriculars.
Yeah, I think it's really amazing that you ventured outside of what you planned to pursue and did what really interests you as well. So could you please describe your transition from high school to Pomona, and did you face any obstacles during that journey?
I'd say that going to a small liberal arts college in a small town called Claremont is such a culture shock because you realize that, okay, there are probably five other Indians other than you at this school, at in my grade actually, and you don't really have the opportunity to go ahead and create a sense of comfort culture wise. I didn't have the opportunity to go ahead and find people who look like me or speak the same language that I do very easily. So I guess those were one of the biggest culture shocks that I had. But I guess the sense of community point just comes up, that people around you are so supportive over there that they really cushioned my environment and helped me adapt really nicely. Another challenge I'd say is definitely time management. In high school, of course, the school organizes the timetable for you. You know which class you need to get to at what time, what classes you can take, what classes you cannot take. But in college, you sort of have the independence to choose your classes, decide what time are they at the same time manage your life in your dormitories and your social life. So I guess all of the multitasking really just hits you at once. But over time, you definitely get a hang of it, I guess.
So, what is the most unique aspect of the campus culture at Pomona? Is there anything you like in particular?
Um, there are too many things, but I think one thing I like in particular is just like the presence of like an Indian community, knowing that there is such that there's like a very small amount of people from the community itself, but just the representation in every area of life, like you know, having like small Diwali events or like just doing a small Holi get together, whatever, like those things, they really like make you feel like, okay, you have something that connects you to back home. And I guess it's just like the representation, definitely. Like they do a very good job at being inclusive, at being diverse, at making you feel like you're at home away from home.
Yeah, I think Pomona seems like a really interactive environment to be in. So, what is the most interesting class that you've taken at Pomona?
Um, the most interesting class I've taken is definitely Introduction to American Politics. It was such a unique insight into like what another country's political system is actually designed and what it actually looks like. And there are so many parallels between India and the US, but at the same time, I could see a lot of disparities. Reading through their constitution, we had this interactive project where we had to like think about the current political state of our country and apply the rules that the lessons we'd learned in our class to like improve those situations within our country's political system. So I guess that was like really interesting because it helped me like do so much synthesis between what I've already learned at home and what I see here. Like being a non-voter, being a non-resident, non-citizen, it's a different perspective altogether. And when that meshes with what you are at home, like it's definitely very interesting. So I guess that was a very good class.
So, does Pomona offer any unique opportunities for internships, research, or study abroad programs? If so, did you participate in or plan to participate in any of these experiences?
I'm actually looking forward to apply to a summer abroad program at University College of London next fall, which is fall 2024. And yeah, I guess they do provide a lot of locations for you to do study abroad. And at the same time, we have this thing called the PSIP, which is basically like this placement program that allows people who apply for it to like be put into different internships in whatever walk of their life. And I'd say that even like on campus, there are so many educational opportunities because we have several departments from like religious learning to cultural learning to like what it is to be in a professional workplace. So I guess those little lessons help you move forward in your professional journey.
Right. So, for the last question, what advice would you give to any current or aspiring students who are considering attending Pomona University?
One advice that I give is that don't be too judgmental of the place as soon as you get there. Because honestly, when I first got there, I didn't think I'd enjoy it. Like I was definitely second guessing and thinking that, oh, I should have gone to NYU. But slowly, like when the process kicked in, I realized that it takes time and you just have to like trust the process and not just people going or thinking of going to Pomona, but like everyone going through the college process in general. Like you should always trust your gut with the choice that you've had in your mind. And even if you don't get to your first choice, and even if you have to settle down, you should know that there is a certain path that's led you there and you should just believe in it, I guess.
Yeah, that's really insightful. Um, Thank you so much for being here, Tira. We definitely learned a lot, and I'm sure that everyone watching did as well.
Of course, I'm glad.
And for everyone watching, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Instagram at the Learners Lounge to stay updated on future episodes. Until next time, take care and keep learning.